It's time for the Riders Block, our weekly look at all things sports. I'm Jenny Carlson here in the studios at the Oklahoman, and he is Cedric Golden in the offices of the Austin American-Statesman. Hello, Cedric.
What's up, Jay Carr?
Lots of sports, buddy. Let's get talking on the lead segment about the NBA. Lots of NBA talk, but right now people are talking about the Warriors. They're talking about Kevin Durant. They're talking about whether Kevin Durant's going to be a Warrior after this year. Lots of Kevin Durant, lots of Warriors talk. Are you focusing, Cedric, on what's happening in these playoffs? Or are you thinking more about what about KD come off season and free agency?
I'm thinking about KD because it's just such a great story. He hasn't done a whole lot to calm the fires of him leaving Golden State for free agent waters, but I think that the Warriors winning 5 straight games without him doesn't do his legacy at Golden State any favors. I don't know that he cares about that. I think if they go on to win a championship and he doesn't come back and he's played his last game for Golden State, he may go down as the guy who jumped on the bandwagon and picked up a couple of championships with a ready-made title ball club. He's a great player. He's a transcendent talent. He's a generational talent. But I will always remember the 3-1 lead that got away with him and Russ. They had a chance to close out a dynasty in Golden State. They didn't get it done. He beat them. He didn't beat them, and so he joined them. Great player, but you still wonder if he will ever be the sole alpha dog on a championship team.
Well, I wrote a little about Kevin Durant and the Warriors earlier this week. You can check it out on Oklahoman.com. But yeah, Cedric, you bring up that 3-1 Western Conference Finals series from 2016, and the Thunder did have a chance to win that. They were clearly a better team in the first 4 games, and really, for even much of those last 3 games, you could say there were stretches where they looked like the better team. But Kevin Durant going into free agency, the Warriors seeing how much of a threat the Thunder was emerging as, and the fact that if they re-sign Durant, they're going to probably go out and get even better players. They got Victor Oladipo before free agency kicked in. The Warriors had to be sweating their chances in the West, much less how do you handle LeBron and, at that time, the Cavaliers in the East. So the bonus of going after Durant is they got him, but they needed to get him away from Oklahoma City, which they did, and we've seen them win these last 2 championships, obviously. But you know, you're right, Cedric. I think as we watch the sort of old school Warriors roll through the Western Conference Finals, 4-0 against Portland. Now, you know, will KD be available? Who knows? But these guys don't seem like they need Kevin Durant. Now, they're better with him. I mean, people are saying maybe the Warriors are not as good without him. What you said before, transcendent player, one of the best players on the planet. They're not better without Kevin Durant, but they're still really, really good. So I would actually like to see what they could do in the finals without him for a few games. Let's get a little comparison. But you know, now there's talk Knicks aren't the only team in the mix. Looks like Clippers might be in the mix. It doesn't sound like Kevin Durant's going to be a Warrior, even though they're talking they would like to re-sign him. Where is he playing next year, Cedric?
I think he's going to the Knicks, and I just don't really understand why he would want to go to the Knicks. I know it's the most important basketball city in America. It's where the Rucker was formed, and Walt Frazier and Willis Reed, Dave DeBusschere, Bill Bradley, those guys. That's like 40 or 50 years ago. They haven't won in a very long time. They got to the finals a couple of times in the 90s, lost to I believe the Spurs and the Rockets. But lost to the Rockets and Spurs. But here's the thing that you have to ask yourself: if you're Kevin Durant, do you really want to go through that media firestorm, Page 6, in New York, the biggest media market in the country? You want to go through that, or do you want to just go to LA or the Clippers? Those are big media markets as well, but not nearly as passionate about their basketball. The Lakers haven't been good in a very, very long time, and the Clippers are on the way up, but they're not close to a championship. So I would go to LA and play for one of those teams, preferably the Clippers, and bring Kawhi Leonard along with me. But I don't think KD, the way he's kind of set up with his fake Twitter accounts that he was exposed doing, and slapping back at media members like Chris Broussard
Yeah.
on Twitter. Those are the kind of things that make me think that he's a little bit too sensitive for the Big Apple.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how that would all play out because, I mean, when you look at the Knicks and the Lakers, and Cedric, you mentioned maybe the Clippers is the best spot. The Knicks and the Lakers have just been a mess of organizations. I mean, not only have they not won at the level that, you know, historically those franchises have, they've just been in disarray, it seems like, for so long. I was doing some research on an unrelated topic recently and was looking back at some newspapers from 2000, and at that point, the Knicks are in the playoffs, and it felt like I had stepped into an alternate universe. You know, that seems such like a long time ago that they would be playing ball in late May or early June. So, yeah, lots of messes around the NBA where Kevin Durant lands. It's going to be the talk of the offseason and free agency. We'll have to keep an eye on that, and we will.